And start.
Attention! Go!
So the hands come down from both Bernard and Parrish, the two coxes of Westminster St Paul's School, and we get underway in this semi-final of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. You're riding with St Paul's there. The stroke man Tom O'Sullivan is off to Harvard University. A great time, I'm sure, with the Crimson, if his results here are good enough. And well, do you expect to see much difference between these two crews at the end of the island, Adam?
I think St Paul's were very surprised about how much they dominated St Joseph's yesterday, but I think today will be a tougher race, and I think there was a few eyes looking across there. Westminster had a pretty nifty start there and have managed to get a couple of feet lead on this this race here.
Yeah, fantastic for the Josh Butler coach crew, and these two crews coached by real fantastic guys that really know how to move a boat and how the rowing stroke. Josh Butler himself, a former New Zealand lightweight, Bobby Thatcher, of course British international rower coach at St Paul's.
Phenomenal, look at that. That was a quick change of lead, wasn't it? So an initial lead for Westminster's just swung around back to St Paul's School. So clearly not rattled by that early jump out the blocks from Westminster. But yeah, let's hope that Westminster find and respond to this pretty quickly.
Now this St Paul's School crew had hoped, I think, to win National Schools, which was won by Eton, who we saw earlier in the other semi-final of this event, go through to the final. But look at that move. It's not really a move that St Paul's are making. It's kind of just in their pace, isn't it? They're not pushing to do that, are they?
I think they're just a very well-drilled crew, aren't they? You know, Bobby Thatcher and Donald Leggett have obviously imparted some wisdom on these guys and trained these guys very well. Look at this blade work here, really neat and tidy.
Sweet, isn't it? Absolutely sweet. Front end's really sweet. You know, that is, the blade is just, you know, really loose in the hands, loose in the shoulders, and it's going in before you lock. The tendency of certainly me when I rode was to try and smack the blade in, which, you know, has a detrimental effect on the run of the boat. You can see the stern of that boat. See how flat it's running at.
It looks great, doesn't it? Yeah, there's definitely you want to get the blade into the water and on early, but sometimes that enthusiasm can just get in the way of being relaxed and allowing it to drop and lock. But that's what they're doing very well here, and actually this sort of early phases of the race when you are pumped up, and we heard them on the start line, both crews were sort of whooping and ready to go, because this means a lot for them. St Paul's and Westminster's being sort of relatively local rivals on the Tideway, you know, they want to sort of have the bragging rights for the Thames.
Certainly will. Closest to us, the blade of Hallie Polychronopoulos, 17-year-old, been rowing for 4 years. He's the only lightweight in the crew, and he's at stroke of the 8 as well. And boy, did he do a fantastic job in that race yesterday, where Westminster rode down their opposition to claim a place in this semi-final. And his powers of stroking, his rhythm, going to be called upon today, because Westminster will have to do something similar if they are to go through to the final against their opposition from St Paul's. And you can see St Paul's nearly got a length or a little bit of clear water lead. There was a look back from Jasper Parrish. He's checking, isn't he, all the time, Jasper Parrish? He's really checking to see if Westminster are moving. He knows what they did yesterday, the St Paul's School Cox.
He is on it, isn't he? He's aware, and you would be. I mean, but that was probably a big race for Westminster yesterday, having to sort of row down another crew, and you're never sure how much you can, you know, regroup and find the energy to fight again the next day. And maybe this is another race too soon for them. And St Paul's have been able to capitalise on that, and are now in a strong position as they sort of come through past Upper Thames and past Remlin Club.
So the St Paul's School crew: Mark Rizek, Rahan Akrim, John Catmull, Sebastian Marsener, Max Gillard, Father Dave, great row on the Grand Challenge Cup here, Felix Kwok, John Middleton, Dad Tom rode in the Sydney Olympics in the lightweight men's double. Tom O'Sullivan in stroke, we've already spoken about him, off to Harvard University, and Jasper Parrish, son of Zoe and Matt Parrish.
And just a big shout out to Mark Rizek in the bow seat. Actually, it's his birthday today, so I'm sure this will be a wonderful victory if they can pull this off for him and his crew.
Great birthday present. And listening commentary, I think it was you and Matt Britton yesterday maybe, and Matt came out with the stat that the most viewed Henley video on YouTube is that St Paul's record-breaking wing.
That's right, yeah, in 2015, yeah, it was phenomenal, and that was a phenomenal crew. This crew, you know, still up there, aren't they? I mean, it's been an interesting year for training, hasn't it? And actually thinking about both these schools, how they've tried to run a programme. So I know, you know, finishing up the exams, keeping the crews together and training till this period. St Paul's sort of choosing to go down to Wimblehall Lake, and I know Westminster sort of chose to go to Nottingham for their sort of post-exam sort of training camp. And actually another similarity, you both see them in these sort of new model style reverse wing rigger boats here. Westminster School in the Philippi equivalent, and then St Paul's rowing in the new model M-Packer with the carbon wing. So, you know, both pushing the limits in terms of technology and then being creative with how to keep the crews together between exams and racing. Yeah,
love the style of both these crews. As I say, both coached by men who understand intimately the way the boat moves and the way you can interact with your blades, with your body, with the shell to make the boat flow through the water. And I guess at the moment it's Bobby Thatcher's St Paul's crew on the left of your picture. There they are. You can see
Joseph Middleton having a good look there. I mean, yeah, Joseph, I think you're doing a great job there already, but yeah, he's just checking.
He's a really talented lad. I think they did want him to do other sports at St Paul's, but he plunked for rowing in the end. His dad's a rower, obviously. Very long in the 7-seater. Nice natural length, these guys. St Paul's School crew come up to the line and take this second semi-final of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. They will face Eton in tomorrow's final. Westminster come not far behind. Great row from them.